Hey there, Gemini, Gemini Rising, and of course all of you Gemini Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting January 13th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com. Or of course, you may also just simply follow the links below. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Wednesday, we've got Venus, planet of love, harmony and affection, and popularity and favor in your 10th house of career, Pisces, forming a gorgeous sextile to Uranus, which is currently retrograde in your 12th house of your past. Not retrograde, it's direct now, excuse me. Recently direct is what I meant to say. In your 12th house, so your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And then on Friday, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, haste and speed, in your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, forming a gorgeous sextile to Chiron, which is actually in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And this is all about you, Aries people, deciding to take some kind of stand, it looks like. With Venus in your 10th house, you are getting a lot of favorable treatment from peers, from co-workers, from anyone you have financial or professional dealings with, because the 10th house is also about elevation and upward mobility. A sextile to Uranus in your 12th house is also giving you a chance to break away from something that has been sort of bound to you from your past. Now, whether it could be something that's bound to you financially or professionally, we shall see. But we have a chance for a lot of you to start actually doing something different, something a bit more experimental, something off the beat when it comes to how you are doing your work or earning your wealth. In fact, with Uranus and Venus in a sextile, it could actually be that somebody wants you to take on some kind of opportunity or maybe a chance to make more money that is either in secret or again, still in early stages of development. Keep an open mind with what's coming. It may be a little bit disruptive to your normal itinerary, but it seems to be absolutely worth it. On Friday, we've actually got Mercury in that 9th house helping to heal a relationship with a friend or even an entire social group that we have been distanced from in some way. In fact, honestly, with Mercury sextile to Chiron, what can happen is that we kind of find new common ground or possibly even close the distance with a friend or even a number of friends that we have lost touch with. Let's not forget the 9th house can be, yes, government legal proceedings and all of that, but it can talk about distance, it can talk about philosophy, it can talk about spirituality, and we find a new common ground and some kind of discovery or epiphany or change in either yourself, another friend, or maybe both of you, seems to heal a rift or, patch up some kind of rift that has been between you and a friend for too long. Maybe some kind of uncomfortable area, maybe something going on with that person, or maybe a schism that we need to find a way to clear. Well, we get our opportunity this week. Before I get to the cards, remember, if you are looking for a certain video and you cannot find it for whatever reason, please just go to my main channel page and scroll down to the playlists. Or if you're still having a hard time, follow the video that I'm putting in the down bar below that is going to show you how to find a video that you're looking for if you can't find it. And don't forget, I also made video clips or extracted video clips, I guess you could say, from the monthly astrology on Patreon that actually help people understand what's going on with the lunar eclipse that just happened and the Saturn conjunct Pluto, and those are available on my main channel page as well, under a playlist of their very own. So what is going on when it comes to your cards this week? Well, let's talk about what's going on the top row, because it's all about Gemini people pulling back, taking back, or getting back to either their roots, getting back to a sense of home, getting back to a sense of protection, a sense of security. The Four of Pentacles, as far as your spiritual themes are concerned, are basically asking you to change what you cling to, change what you're holding on to for something else that you need to be holding on to instead. And this could actually have to do with, yeah, your social life, or what might be a lack of a social life. If you have a lack of a social life, this could be certain priorities, certain maybe obligations that you're holding on to for other people. resources, emotions, or even jobs that you do for other people or hold for other people, baggage that you're carrying for other people. The spiritual theme of the Four of Pentacles upright is basically saying, okay, some of this stuff is just old. It's garbage. Not even a charity shop or a thrift store will take it now. Why am I holding on to this? What is so virtuous about holding on to this, right? Is this maybe something that I'm holding on to because it's familiar, or am I holding on to it because it's giving me a sense of security? The truth of the matter is all of that is happening in your mind. It's not actually doing anything in real life. And with the Four of Pentacles, we have a chance to swap that out, right? Swap it out for healing friendships, healthier friendships, swap it out for a change in how we actually make our money. We are working on seeing what exactly is taking up too much space in my life to be doing me any good. The influx card of the Eight of Cups reversed is also indicating, again, a return journey. This is affecting all areas of your life. Are we getting back together with people? Again, reconnecting with friends like we saw before. Going back to better times, going back to better choices, maybe even going back to what we might consider to be an old stomping ground, an old schedule, an old sense of home. There's an opportunity here for a lot of you Aries people to actually take back something that you put on the table, because the Knight of Pentacles going away as the outflux is, in a certain way, we are quitting. We're quitting something that no longer works for us. We are quitting something that has become a bit of a job or a task in and of itself. But as an outflux card, the Knight of Pentacles, especially juxtaposed to that Four of Pentacles, is telling us, no, this job is not paying off. Staying here, spinning my wheels, waiting for it to get better, or God forbid, waiting for some person or savior to come and notice what's going on, isn't paying off. And with the Knight of Pentacles, we are dropping it. We are letting it go, right? Because we, instead of actually continuing to work on something or recycle something or try and make it go another week, another month, we are deciding, no, I need to throw in the towel here. And it's not like defeat. This isn't about defeat. Don't let that be the mentality that you carry. The influx of the Eight of Cups reversed is saying, look, I just need to go back to the crossroads where I turned right and turn left this time. And that's all, and you're getting that window this week. What do you have that kind of regret or remorse for? Don't feel it for too long, because you have a chance to get things back to the way that you would like, or perhaps even take the road that you wanted to take, or that you thought wasn't going to get you where you wanted to be when it actually will. Okay, so this is all, it's kind of like the Aries people getting their course correction. It's a big week for that, all right? We are starting to get everything back on track. When it comes to your material concerns, your external concerns, and your relationship concerns, right? The mundane priorities at the bottom here. The Queen of Wands reversed is showing up for your material concerns as a realization that, yes, something that has ultimately not panned out, it's not paying off, is getting discovered. And we are catching, we are either catching somebody, or if it's not a single person, we are catching an organization, a plan, a contract, or an agreement, and seeing it for what it is. This is not going to actually serve us in any way. This may be something where the claims of the other in this situation are spurious at best, or maybe with the Queen of Wands reversed, we were feeling forced or pigeonholed into a certain job or a certain line of work or a certain economic situation that we can now get out of. Because the Queen of Wands reversed, I'm seeing sort of, I guess you could say, the, not necessarily, I don't want to say the bad guy, but let's just say the culprit getting flushed out. Now, this could be a leader, right? This could be a difficult boss. A lot of the times with the Queen of Wands reversed, we do see somebody who's a bit of a control freak, a bit of a bully, somebody who is ultimately thinking more about their own upward mobility than anyone else concerned. Sometimes we see this in commerce, where people are more interested in making a sale than doing right by their client or customer. Sometimes we see this person as, quote, that sort of, I'm not bad, I'm just ambitious, and you should all be like me, I'm just a hustler. What do I think of that? Well, the Queen of Wands reverse is indicating an energy or an influence. like that is going to be revealed to you in something that you're already connected to. However, I do want to say, it does look like this person, or whatever this is also being dissolved, caught, or seen for what they really are. And some kind of reparation, or maybe some kind of act of contrition on a part of another, is going to right their wrong, which is exactly what we want to see. When it comes to your external, what's going on with friends, going on with others in your life, well, we've got the Temperance card reversed. And again, it does look like there's something happening where there is a bit of a split going on, an issue where there's a fundamental incompatibility that maybe we just need to live and let live with as it relates to a friend or a relative. And with the Temperance card reversed, it looks like the problem is that we are sort of clashing our shields into each other. We're trying to get that incompatibility out of the way. We are so worried that that incompatibility is like a mark or a block on us. It means that we're not loyal, or we don't love each other, we don't care about each other. And that's so not true. But with the Temperance card reversed, people take incompatibilities very personally sometimes. They think, okay, well, it's not 100%, it's only a 95%, which is still an A, by the way, but if their insecurities take over, if it's not 100%, it's still an F, which is a terrible way to grade things. And I think that we have to see, where have we been maybe in a situation, in a friendship where that's happening, or maybe that's sort of a norm in a friendship group, or in a family situation that can get corrected, because we are healing these relationships this week with that Mercury sextile Chiron, not grading them super harshly. The Temperance card reversed, however, is also indicating a lot of you may also find that you do need to move away from people that do think that way, that are actually boxing you in, blocking you, maybe demanding sort of a conformity of thought and mind in order to be in their presence or in that friendship. And that's not necessarily a celebration of you. That's not necessarily an empowerment or an understanding of you as a person. That's just sort of the hive trying to take care of the hive. But we don't want that. When it comes to your emotions or your relationships, with your romantic life, we have the Ace of Swords upright, and this week it does look like you and your partner, or you and your intended, are actually accelerating this relationship because something, there's a yes answer coming your way, some kind of approval, some kind of it's a go. A lot of you Gemini people might be finding that maybe we've been waiting on some kind of news, right? Some news to come from maybe a partner's job, or maybe news to come through a crush, or maybe even something relating to us. So it's like, once this goes through, if this goes through, we are getting on this next step. We are getting on this next plan. We're waiting for that money to come in. We're waiting for that reply from that, that agent or whatever. The Ace of Swords upright is indicating absolutely that affirmative, that green light. I always call this my green light card, is shining this week. This could also be great news, especially for those of you that feel like maybe some kind of old business or external business has been sort of preventing you and a partner or you and a crush from being able to get together. The Ace of Swords is great for cutting away the BS and, of course, the old attachments. And so whatever's going on, again, we have a green light for an acceleration, to hit the gas with your relationship priorities this week. New people coming in, it's very interesting with the Ace of Swords upright, because we see a certain measure of directness, a very refreshing directness when it comes to an interest in you. Don't be too shy, and don't think they're playing a game, because usually with the Ace of Swords, that directness is also honest directness. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.